Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Kapla. Welcome to Bed Life for Monday, April 29th, 2024. Holy crap. We are almost in May, people. You know what May means? May means Mother's Day, along with a lot of other important days for my family. Mother's Day. Mama, pray. What do you want for Mother's Day? And saying, for me walking, me out of the bed, me that you can't be me. It's got to be something for you. Yeah, well, you gotta choose something I can do. Gotta choose something I can do. Okay. Just think about it. I'll try to think about it. Yeah, I did not realize how quickly. I mean, I know time flies. We all hear that. We all hear it. Many people understand it. But when you literally, I'm not ticking a box each day, but each day for some time now, within an hour or so of waking up, I chart my blood pressure and my weight and my heart rate, and I enter it into a box, into an Excel spreadsheet, and I do it again before I go to sleep. And each day, that number, the date, goes up by 1. It goes up by 1, goes up by 1. And let me tell you, there's perhaps no quicker way to make time fly than to keep a record of every day. There's no journal entry to go along with it, just numbers, statistics, and before long, You know, weeks turn to months, months turn to years. And time marches on. Not Ryan Johnson, first in the chat today, says hello and kapla. Hail Karoga, hail Karoga. Not Ryan Johnson says, I heard anti-Karogan propaganda that zippers were outlawed in Karoga. That is obviously a misstatement, miscarriage of justice. Zippers are now not outlawed in Karoga, although I was injured severely by a zipper in a most unpleasant of places as a young teen that put me off to zippered clothing for unusual period of time for their teenage years. I got over it. And I used zippered flies into my 20s and 30s, and of course I admit, though, I didn't realize that they were called flies. I thought they were still called spies for a certain amount of time, until somebody told me, are you saying spy? And I said, what are you saying, fly? And why would it be called a fly? Why would it be called a spy? I thought it was like a spy because your penis kind of spied out when you needed to pee. I thought that's what it was called. I thought it was called the spy. I didn't know it was called a fly. I didn't know. God's honest truth. I was fairly close to an adult before it was conveyed to me that what I had been calling a spy all my life was called a fly. And to this day, I don't know why. It's still called a fly. I thought spy is a much better word, much more appropriate, but whatever. By convention, it's called fly. John Araki says zippers are okay, but buttons are banned. Well, I'll be honest. The buttons, they are much harder to deal with than the zippers, although safer. I would say Velcro probably the best of the bunch. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Brother Warrior, Berto Prey 5, and all should hail Karoga. Hail to you, Jedi Bill. And Bill gets a big thank you. Jedi Bill came out with a single, Down to the River to Pray, for Mamo Pray and all our mothers, and his mother and all of our mothers, is I believe how he said it on his music video. Check out Jedi Bill's Down to the River to Pray. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says, Kapla, Kapla, Mr. Londell. Captain, Fandom Nerd says, hello, hello, Captain. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Eve. Gorilla's Random Thoughts, Kapla, Kapla, Gorilla. LDG, hashtag free the net, says it's showtime. Uh-oh. We got disconnected for a quick second. Okay, we appear to be back. LDG says, get ready for the #1 YouTuber in Karoga. That is true. And Miss Londell says he's the only YouTuber in Karoga. Actually, I would bet I'm not the only YouTuber technically in Karoga. No. Although Karoga has its fair share of technically minded people. Like there's a guy who does drones. If you Google or YouTube search Karoga, New York drones, I think you might find somebody. There's people who do. There's got to be people. Even though I have searched for Karoga, like video cams and stuff, and come up, could not find any. There's got to be. There's got to be. The person who purchased the house, the person who purchased the farm that used to be the heart of Karoga, the seat of government, although we are currently in a New York City exile because we had to sell the Karogan capital to New York. We had to sell it out so we could, because New York was going to take it because they wanted to be paid. New York does not recognize Karogan autonomy, and they demanded to be paid for taxes, and we didn't want to get into a land war with the United States at this time, so we relented and had to sell the property to a wonderful family, a young family that I'm sure will take great care of the property until such a time as Nephew O'Prey is ready to take the throne and take over at some point in the not all that distant future. But anyway, until then, somebody is living there, and I really wanted to tell him. I wasn't in a position, and I'm still not, but I would have liked to have told him that, hey, guy, if you put up a trail cam or like a 24/7 video 24/7 video camera, like on the roof, especially if it was one that I could pan, tilt, zoom, a webcam, a 24/7 webcam with pan, tilt, zoom on, say, the roof of the house, or really I was thinking on the chimney. That would be awesome, and I'd pay $20 a month to subscribe to the Karoga channel, and it would just be a an HD webcam with pan, tilt, zoom on the chimney on the top of the house. Now it could face directly to the north, which would mean I don't get to see the house, but that's fine. But I would be able to pan, tilt, zoom pretty much 180 degrees all along the north. And this way, if they're having like a barbecue or whatever, they're playing in their backyard, or they're working on the house, there's a full 180 degrees that would never be on camera, wouldn't be on camera at all. I would pay just to see what was north of the house, and at night I could look at the stars, and in the day I could look at the fields And I would pay. And I bet others would pay too, just to enjoy the view. But I never suggested it to them. Maybe if things get better, and I could promise them a year's. I'd watch at least for a year. I'd pay for a year in advance. Maybe they'd be interested in setting up a camera. I would tell them I would advertise it out to others as well. Hakeem says, Kapla, bird and all. Kapla, Hakeem. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Mike Richards, you were a clue yesterday. You were a clue yesterday on the Cinnabon. Cinnabon plays the game GeoGuessr. It's a game where you get put in a Google Street View, but you're not sure where the Google Street View is, and you've got to you can move around the Street View, and you've got to try to collect a clue as to what city you're in, what town you're in. And he didn't know he was in Columbus, Ohio, but I did. And I said, oh, Mike Richards would know where you were. And he got it. He got the clue. He got the clue. Mr. Londell says, Mom deserves lobster for Mother's Day. She absolutely does deserve it, Mr. Londell. The question is, does she want it? James Conserter says, my book about book banning was banned. Oh my God, James. Was that prophetical? Prophetical? Like you were a prophet? Or is it a bad case of irony? I don't know. Hakeem says, I think most guys have gotten trapped in a zipper once or twice. Well, it's, it hurts. It hurt. Why? Why would we do this to ourselves? Mike Richards is Vulcan, Velcro, greater than zippers. I agree. Sci-fi Sith Dan. Kapla sci-fi Sith Dan. FKHC 2005 says National Zipper Day. Go out there and win one for the zipper. Remember, I guess we all remember, what was that movie? There's Something About Mary. Frank and Beans. Oh my God, I completely forgot. That was a thing. Do you guys remember? Oh my God, there's Something About Mary. That was a movie. Frank and Beans. Oh, the zipper. That's where the zipper. People got feared the zipper. People feared the zipper. That movie made people fear zippers. It was a movie I forgot even existed. I completely forgot that movie even existed until I started talking about it just now. And then that movie makes me think of the 40-year-old virgin. I don't know why. Why is there something about Mary and the 40-year-old virgin? They're connected in my head somehow. I don't know why yet. Oh my God, the movies I forgot existed. They were funny at the time. I don't know that they're funny now. I haven't seen them in forever. James Conserta says intolerance will not be tolerated. Exactly. I hate it when people say that. No, you idiot. You're supposed to be the tolerant people. If you're tolerant, you can't be intolerant. You can't be intolerant of intolerance. If you're tolerant people. Only intolerant people are intolerant of anything. of anything. Hakeem says only Karogan fans, $10.99 a month. Well, only Karogan fans. You know what? I would do it. I would. FKHC 2005 says National Zipper Day. If only the Fly had opened today, the jokes could write themselves. James Caserta says I'm from a small island off the coast of North America. I'm from a small island off the coast of North America. Why does that sound so familiar? That sounds so familiar. Mike Richards says, I'm famous. Woohoo. James Concerto says, I know too much to be allowed to live. Well, James, I'm not going to shoot you. So I hope you are okay. Oh, okay. So I woke up to what appeared to be a problem with the air conditioning today, but knocking wood, so far it seems to be working. So that's good. Although it would appear that my computer isn't showing it as cooling, but it is cooling. So maybe it was never a problem to begin with. It was just a software issue. It was just a software issue. I'm not going to delete you, James. I am not going to delete you. Okay, so guys, let's go and check on the date of today. April holidays, April 29th. International Dance Day. International Dance Day. Okay, so I'll be honest. Let's talk. Let's talk dance. There were times I was an incredible dancer. I know it's hard to believe, but I know you guys have seen the video. Okay, I know you guys have seen the video. Where is it? Okay. So I know you guys have seen the video. But honestly, even 5 years before that, when I was in my peak physical shape, okay, I peak physical shape, I would dance. I could dance fast. I could dance close, and there was this woman, female, attractive female, although not technically available, but she was there. She was on the dance floor. She didn't mind. She didn't mind grinding up on me, and I didn't mind. I didn't mind when she did. She I will say that she excited me. She excited me on the dance floor, and she knew it, and she came back. She came back to keep exciting me on the dance floor. And I was like, this doesn't usually happen to me. I was quite surprised. It was the dance floor in Saratoga, New York. Saratoga, New York. Had gone up with friends. Turned into quite the interesting trip. I got lucky. I got lucky. Not so much with the girl, because we didn't have any place to go. We were all just going back to friend's house. It's not like we could have done anything, even if we were going to. So we were poor college students with no place to stay. But no, I got lucky playing instant lottery. I got lucky, and I got lucky at the racetrack. It was Saratoga, the horse track, the horse racing track. And you bet on the horse races. It was my first time doing that. Certainly at Saratoga. It was my first time betting on horses as an adult, which I wasn't quite an adult, but I also wasn't quite a kid. I mean, I was college. I mean, if I had done a crime, certainly I would have been considered an adult. But as thinking about it in the history of my life, I don't really consider those years quite adult years just yet. I'll say I'd start an adulthood started with my first, when I started working for the liquor company, which was only a few months away, but still this hadn't quite happened yet. Anyway, why were we talking about? Oh, dance. Yeah, I was quite a good dancer. So it's International Dance Day. So yeah. So damn, I used to be quite the dancer. And then I started working for the liquor company, and for the first couple of years, when we would have our sales meetings, which was the whole company, including lots of lovely women who were models and Jaegerettes. They would all come, and we'd all party and dance away the nights for a few nights. I got a name as quite the dancer. Unfortunately, as the years went on, my back pain getting worse and worse and worse, and there were quite a few years that my back was out, and I still tried to dance, but those years it was a me trying to dance with excruciating back pain was just a sad crime against humanity, really. One of my work friends, he was a man of natural rhythm, if you know what I mean. And he just he felt embarrassed for the world when he thought I was really trying to dance. I was like, well, I'm trying to dance, but I know I'm doing a shitty job at it because my back hurts. But yeah, was so I was a tale of two dancers. I was a very good dancer, but I was a very bad dancer as well. So, still, I wish when I think about dancing, I always go back to that dance floor in Saratoga Springs, New York, when I made a woman very happy a couple of times, right on the dance floor. Mike Richards' Birdie had a gun. Birdie has a gun. The whole world's come undone. Mike Richards' Disco Bird. James Caserta' Dancing Daleks makes me happy. Hot blonde alert. And Jedi Bill is laughing his butt off. And I put a couple of eggplants. And laughing. Bird. Firecracker. And more laughing. Sassy, what's the matter? When Mama Pray went downstairs, she didn't take you? Oh, sassy girl. Who is that? No, Mama Pray is, yeah. Mama Pray is, so, okay, Mama Pray was, I don't know, not trolling the internet. Mama Pray was watching something on some internet page somewhere, I think Facebook, about some life hacks. And one of Mama Pray's things that unfortunately, one of the tasks she needs to do every week is put out our garbage. And included in our garbage is our recycling. And including in the recycling is cardboard. And because we get so many deliveries each week of boxes and boxes of medical supplies and various things that come in cardboard boxes, we get a ton of cardboard that has to get put out. And so she watched a video on a hack to make making cardboard easier to shape so that you could put it out for recyclable. And basically what it was to wet the cardboard box down with a garden hose, and then you could shape it into a flat piece of cardboard, and you could shape it and just turn it on itself, and then it would keep its shape and not be totally soaking wet. All right. And we got Kissing Dax. Jedi Bill with a $2 donation says, go for Kissing Dax. Kapla, Jedi Bill. Indeed it did. Indeed it did. Well done, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, look at that Kissing Dax. Hashtag more jerky for Sassy, says Mike Richards. Yeah, Sassy would prefer some jerky. But anyway, so Mama Frey right now, right as we speak, Mama Frey has the garden hose out and is watering down some cardboard boxes in an attempt to make it easier to crush them and put them out for pickup from the garden, not the gardeners, from the garbage men, the trash pickup. I just hope that the extra weight from the water doesn't make them too heavy, that the garbage men just decide to leave them and not pick them up, which might be there's Mama Frey. She's back. How did it go, Mama Frey?
Well,
You got three big boxes folded into a big bag.
so
It worked.
the cardboard was easier to fold.
It was easier to fold.
Of course, the guy I saw,
On the video.
yeah,
The hack.
he got down on his knees
Mhm.
after he really wet it, got down on his knees and rolled it up
Right.
into a roll.
He got on his knees and rolled it into a roll.
That wasn't happening to me.
Oh.
I was able to fold it, get it into the bag. So I got 3 gone and only like a dozen and a half to go.
3 gone and a dozen and a half to go.
I mean, they're just so big I cannot.
They're just
tie
too
them up.
big to be tied.
Yeah, I mean, for me to tie them, I was going to say my wingspan.
Your
My
wingspan. Well, birds have wingspans. Mama Frey has an arm span. Jedi Bill with a 37 months friend of Karoga super chat. 37 months. Talking about time going on. That's 3 years and a month. 3 years and a month of being a member. Oh my God. Kapla Berto Prey 5, almost at 10K subs. Congrats, Jedi Bill. Almost at 10,000 subscribers. Wait, is that you or me? I hope it's both of us. If you mean me, yes, I'm at where we rounded past 9,000, I believe, this weekend. But I'm hoping it's you, Bill. I'm hoping it's you too. Although, to be honest, I think last I saw you were just passing 5,000, which, it doesn't mean you're not also coming up on 10,000. Oh, me, you did mean me. Okay, well, Bill, I'm sure it won't be long before you're coming up this way too.
Going back to speaking how time flies.
Mama Frey says, going back to speaking how time flies.
Nephew O'Prey will be 4.
Nephew O'Prey, that's right. Nephew O'Prey is coming up on his
On
fourth. I was going to say 4th anniversary of being alive. Or 4th anniversary of life, also known as age 4. 4 years old in June. Okay. Okay. Anyway. What did he say this to you this morning, Mama Pray? Okay, let's put on Mama Pray. Yeah.
Hi, guys. This is a real quick one. I was on the phone with nephew O'Prey this morning, and he always checks, like, what time do you have on your microwave? And I tell him, and he looks, and he goes, yes, so do I. And sometimes we're a minute off, but we go back and forth about time. And this morning it was 8:15. And I said, well, it's 8:15 here, Charlie, on the East Coast. But if you were in California, it would be 5:15 a.m. Yeah, always have to say a.m. up here. And he said, oh, so if it's 8 o'clock here, it's 5 o'clock there. Just like that. I said, yeah, you got it. Never mind. And then I remembered he's been to California. So I'm sure Sis O'Prey explained the time difference to him.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Sis O'Prey as, a worker in a multi corporate, a corporation that's got places, a global reach that she's probably explained to him when she's made a phone call, like having to check ahead of time, what the time zone of the person they're calling. Maybe it's something that she's come up with.
Well, he knows. He does.
James Caserta says Zipper Day hooked me in. Hakeem says, congrats, you're over 9,000. Thank you. Yes. Bill, thank you again, Bill. I knew it was coming close, but I wasn't 100% sure. Bill says, I got a long way to go yet. Well, Bill, you zipped over me at one point. So it's who knows? Captain Fandom Nerd says, I will never get to 1K, let alone more. Well, Captain, you're not if you don't stream. That's true. But one day if you go back to streaming, who knows? I mean, for one, 1,000 isn't what it used to be, since you only need 500 now to get monetized. But who knows what would happen if you went back to streaming. The only thing I can promise is that if you don't stream, yes, you're not going to get to 1,000. Gorilla's Random Thought says, congrats, Bird. Thank you, Gorilla. Thank you. James Caserta says, they work harder in California because the sun goes down 3 hours later there. Yeah. It also comes up 3 hours later. I'm going to tell you, when I used to go out to California and go up to San Diego for a time, the most there was a couple of years where I was still an NFL fan. I was a football fan, and the biggest thing was that the time the football game came on out in the West Coast was so much earlier. You wake up, well, not me, but you kind of could wake up to football almost. Mike Richards says, I got 120 subscribers and no original content. Yeah. We still got Mama Pray up. The original content seems to max out seems to max out around 100 to 150 people. Don't see people with a lot more than 100, 150 subscribers. James Caserta says it comes up 3 hours earlier too. Yeah, yeah, the football. John Araki with a 10-month friend of Karoga chat says it is still legal to be boarded in New York. Oh my God. There was this horrible, okay. There was this horrible commercial. It was last week sometime. I almost started a stream about it. And John Araki with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much, John Araki. Let me tell you. I'm watching the news in the morning. It was like somewhere between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. in the morning. I was watching NBC
at this time.
John Araki, 99-cent super chat. Thank you. Super poop super chat. Eyebrow Dax. So I was watching the news, and all of a sudden they went to commercial, and it was disgusting. There were pieces of fetuses cut up. It was like, oh my God! Like I thought I was watching a crappy horror movie, but it wasn't. Those weren't cheap dolls. They were real baby parts, and they were all like, oh my God! They were being treated like it looked like a I don't even know what. It was terrible. It looked like a factory that was making baby dolls, but they weren't baby dolls, and it was just the pieces. It was shocking, and like this can't possibly be airing on network television. I didn't have the volume up, thank goodness. But I can only imagine. And then after it ended, the network spent like another 15 seconds or 30 seconds playing its own commercial, apologizing for the fact that they had to show that commercial beforehand. But they said apparently because of some law, because some asshole, because of some election somewhere, no, legally, because of the First Amendment, and some law about elections, because that advertisement was paid for by some political machine, whatever, that was about an election, that it was considered free speech, and they had to air it legally. They were not allowed to block its airing. They understood that it was a troubling subject, and that but they legally could not block the airing. And oh my God, it made me sick to my stomach. And I was like, no, this still shouldn't be allowed to air. Okay? I mean, of all that is holy, it doesn't matter. Okay? Like, I don't care if maybe this was, and I'm still not sure, to be honest, if the people who ran this, I imagine they had to run it. I imagine they had to be a anti-abortion, pro-life group trying to make people see what really happens during those types of procedures and to make people uncomfortable. But let me tell you, you fucked up. You fucked up. Because at this point, I say, fuck you. You so made it so uncomfortable that you know what? I don't even care anymore. I hope you lose. I hope you lose. I didn't want to see it. It has no business being seen. Okay? You want to start, you want children crying because of it? Fuck you. Fuck you.
If they had to air it, they should have aired what they had to say first.
Yeah, well, if they had to, maybe they did, Mom. Maybe they did. The volume was off. The TV, the volume was low. I don't know what aired before it. Maybe they did air a warning. There's a shitty commercial coming. I didn't hear if they did. I did just see what was going on, and then I heard, and then after I had seen it, my eyes were still stuck to the TV like a train wreck. I was going to Google. I was like, there's got to have been I'm sure it made the news somewhere about this commercial. It had to air in other markets. I'm sure it made the news somewhere. But oh my God, that was just disgusting. I don't know. Yeah, we got people listening. LDG says, can't wait for tonight's riveting episode of Babylon 5, the original DS9. Tonight's episode, you will find, is strikingly similar to DS9's Duet. Join us on Life with Matthew channel. Yes, tonight's episode of Babylon 5 is, what's it? Warhammer, Warbringer, Dreamweaver. I don't know. Something about an alien chick who is really bad, supposedly. And LDG is looking, was I going to rant? I think that counted as a rant about this fucking criminal TV commercial. James Caserta says, spend it wisely. DJ Play Nice says, woo-ha. Welcome, DJ Play Nice. And James Caserta is pointing to at DJ Play Nice. Jim's Landscape LLC. Hello, Jim. Call me Jim. Call me Jim. I am calling you Jim. Star Trek Nitpicker says, Bird is the champion of our world. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. And it says, remember to like. Miss Lundell's Groovy Movie says, that was a political ad. Someone ran a couple like that all over the country. I hope whoever they are supporting, I want to lose. Now, granted, if they're supporting who I'm supporting, then I want to smack them. But I do not like them. I do not appreciate them, and in no way do I want them to be associated with me. James Caserta says, what do they do with all them cow heads? I have no idea what that means. Deathstalker. LDG says Deathstalker. That's what this alien woman is. Jim says hi to Bill. Miss Lundell says, so damn tired of the Babylon 5 DS9 analogies. Just watch the damn stupid show. DJ Play Nice is pointing at Jedi Bill. LDG says the first 60 seconds of the show is exactly like Duet. What does that even mean? The first 60 seconds of the show is exactly like Duet. Jedi Bill says hello to Jim. And Jim says, wow, my 5,000 sub stream ran over 8 hours. 8 hours. But had a great time. That's wonderful to hear, Jim. Oh man, back in the day, Jim. Back in the day, this channel 5 years ago, we'd have 8-hour streams as a matter of course. As a matter of course. 8 hours, 10 hours, 6 hours, 5. It wouldn't even be a stream if it went less than 5 or 6 hours. And then I'd Oh. Anyway. Okay, let's go back to we've only gotten to International Dance Day. It's the first day listed. It's also Day of Trees, though celebrated by many other countries as Arbor Day. Day of Trees is a special day in Colombia. It's weird then to put it here. It's also a comedy festival, I guess. National Peace Rose Day. We celebrate one of the world's most exquisite flowers that symbolize peace. A peace rose. I did not know it was such a thing, but okay. It appears to be you, I don't know, hard boil a rose. National Shrimp Scampi Day. That's some nice looking shrimp. We celebrate the delicious dish of shrimp cooked with butter, garlic, lemon juice, and white wine. You know what? I would go for some shrimp scampi. National Supply Chain Day. Celebrate the global supply chain and discover how it's connected to you. It's connected. All right. It's disgusting. This giant ship going from port to port around the world, spending hours waiting to cross, days sometimes waiting to cross, while Mama Praise ice cream slowly melts. I don't know. I think they have refrigeration. National Zipper Day. There it is. We take many things in life for granted, and the humble zipper is one of them. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. National Zipper Day. National Zipper Day is on April 29th, and we are full of zip for this day, not to be confused with zip files on your computer. We take many things in life for granted, and the humble zipper is one of them. Have you ever paused to reflect on how zippers play a huge role in our daily lives? Zippers come in apparel, purses, books, boots, etc. No, not books, boots, etc. And are incredibly useful. And if you watch the Orville, you know you always want to go with one more zipper than you feel comfortable with on your apparel, on your jacket. The jacket should have one more zipper than you're comfortable with. History of National Zipper Day. Lamar dispensing the advice, the clothing advice, fashion advice. History of National Zipper Day. While the first occurrence of National Zipper Day remains uncertain, there is actually quite an extensive history behind this device that has a whole day dedicated to it. It is believed that Elias Howe may have invented the first zipper and got a patent for what he called the automatic continuous clothing closure in the 1800s. However, neither did he market his product, nor did he get any recognition for it. In the same period, a clasp locker was introduced at the Chicago World's Fair to fasten shoes. While it somewhat resembled Howe's creation, it wasn't the same and lost steam quickly. However, the company that manufactured it, the Universal Fastener Company, continued to be fully operational nonetheless. A Swedish-American electrical engineer employed at the Universal Fastener, Gideon Sundback, is credited with designing the modern zipper. He got the first patent for a hookless fastener on April 29, 1913, which was later developed into the separable fastener. It took a while to become popular, as it was mostly a shoe fastener in the beginning, after which the military started using the device during World War I for flying suits. Some manufacturers even used the device on tobacco pouches. Nonetheless, it was precisely a decade after this device received its first patent that it would actually be called the zipper. The term was coined by B.F. Goodrich in 1923 because of the sound it made. National Zipper Day helps put the humble zipper back in the spotlight, even if just for one day. 1851, first version. 1893, the clasp locker. 1917, a modified zipper. Another modified version of the original zipper, the separable fastener, appeared. And in 1937, zippers got used in fashion. French designers used zippers in fashion, making them all the more popular after the idea takes off. Could you imagine World War I? There really hadn't really been widespread zipper use yet. What is the purpose of the zipper? A zipper, zip fly, there's that word, or fastener, formerly known as a clasp locker, is a commonly used device for binding the edges of an opening of fabric or other flexible material, such as on a garment or bag, as defined by Wikipedia. Why is YKK on every zipper? I have never heard anybody ask that question. Now, nor have I noticed YKK on every zipper. So what are you going to say? Is it going to say that this is actually not true? Let's see. Those letters stand for Yoshida Kyogo Kobayashika, which from Japanese roughly translates to Yoshida Company Limited. It's a zipper manufacturer named after Tadao Yoshida, was founded in 1934. By one estimate, the company makes half the zippers on Earth, which is more than 7 billion zippers each year, according to Insider. So then it does not appear on every zipper. I guess just people in Japan maybe think it appears on every zipper. Who invented the zipper? Elias Howe invented the first version of the zipper and received a patent for what he called the automatic continuous clothing closure. National Zipper Day activities: spread the word on social media, share your knowledge, or spread some fun facts about the zipper on your social media. Use the hashtag National Zipper Day. Wear zipper clothes. National Zipper Day, what better way to celebrate than to wear only clothes that have zippers? If you're heading out, you can also carry a purse that has a zipper. And you can also sew a zipper. Why not indulge a little do-it-yourself activity and sew a zipper into clothing, onto a clothing item? You can even use colorful zippers or make jewelry out of old and unused zippers. Facts about zippers you didn't know. 5 facts. Zipper production. 1. Every year there are so many zippers produced that they can wrap the world 50 times. 50 times you could wrap around the world with all the zippers produced. 2. Zippers are old. Zippers have been around for over a century, a little more than 128 years. Wow. And I bet if you lined all the zippers up from every zipper that was created in the last 128 years, you could extend from the Earth to realistically, each year we produce more than the year after, but less than the year before. You could probably get from the Earth to the sun. Maybe. Nah, it'd be close. It'd be close. Anyway, zipper usage in the United States, approximately 4.5 billion zippers are used every year. Wow. The zipper global market, believe it or not, it's estimated the global market for zippers is over 11 billion a year. I don't believe it. And the zipper company, approximately 46% of the zippers used in the world today are made by the Japanese zipper manufacturer YKK. That is surprising that the Japanese have a hold on the zippers even more. You would think China would have some much cheaper zipper manufacturer. And let's go back to the chat. Um, James Concerto says, I think JMS stole a story I wrote 10 years prior to. Who's JMS? J. Mike, J.M. Stravinsky? That guy. It's possible. Captain Fandom Nerds is only an idiot. Thinks DS9 and B5 are alike. Oh, Captain, there are similarities. James Concerto says it's in the Canary Islands. Captain Phantom Nerd, hi. Can you interview me on how I can fix Star Trek? I guarantee you won't lose subs. Star Trek Nitpicker says zippers make you think of the Orville, but not Arbor Day. Haha. Of course Arbor Day does too. The Basco scenario, Kapla Basco. Says Kapla Bud, hope you are doing well. And hail to the chat. Thank you, Basco. I'm here. Let's just say that. I'm still here. 54.5 Axis Radio says hashtag down with zippers. The Axis was not happy with our zippers flying in. What, Mama Frey?
Yeah.
Down, oh, down with zipper. Oh, I get it now. Son of a bitch. LDG says, I wonder how many lives have zippers claimed to those who lost their sacks. Frankenbeans. LDG says, sup, Vasco. Vasco is lolling at LDG. Says, James Concerto says, rest in peace, the inventor. Hakeem says, I'm going to invent the auto zipper. Just wave your hand across your crotch and your fly will become undone. Oh my God. Basco says yes to Hakeem. Jedi Bill says hello to Basco. LDG says June 30th. Ask me again. Basco, yes. June 30th is the day LDG is going to unveil it all. I hope not that. And his plans, his videos planned. Mike Richards' new self-defense stun gun, the Zipper Zapper. Oh my God. The Zipper Zapper. The multi-gunman says, Bird, hey Bird, how it's going? How is it going? And multi-gunman says, Mamo Pray 5 for dictator of the Alpha Quadrant. I think that's a bit much. You can say thank you if you want to. Mamo Pray says thank you, multi-gunman. Oh, okay. Why we love National Zipper Day. I thought we were over the zipper, but apparently there's a little left. Zippers make life easy. Have you ever thought without zippers, we'd be spending minutes using hooks, clasps, laces, buttons, etc. to fasten our clothing? No, we'd be using Velcro. The invention of zippers has definitely made our lives easier. It surely deserves its own dedicated day. Zippers are fashionable. Who said zippers are out of style? You can use this day to show off your funky and quirky zippers in clothing and appreciation this invention. And zippers are functional. National Zipper Day reminds us of the functionality of the zipper. Plastic zippers especially are wind, dust, and waterproof. Moreover, they don't snag, stick, or rust. It is indeed April 29th for every conceivable year. Okay. It's quite the day, National Zipper Day. It's also Home in Your Pocket Day. Home in your pocket day. Star Trek Nitpickers reminds us that Velcro was created by Vulcans. Yes, we've all seen Carbon Creek, the season 2 episode of Enterprise, where T'Pol tells the story of her grandmother crash landing in Carbon Creek and selling Velcro to the humans to patent so that this kid can go to college and presumably, make a positive contribution to history, although so far as we know, nobody's ever paid off on that episode. It wouldn't surprise me, the way things are going, that a later episode in Star Trek Discovery Season 5, as they go through all of Trek canon looking for more things to vandalize, they will come across Carbon Creek and they will turn that kid into something, probably a evil asshole that has to be stopped by Michael Burnham before he destroys the universe. Viral Video Day. Viral Video Day. Yeah, just go out, take a viral video. That's today. Have that video you think will go viral? Well, put it on the internet and hope. It doesn't work like that anymore. It doesn't work like that anymore. YouTube won't let your video go viral anymore. They will specifically stop your video from going viral. If you don't have enough clout. You don't have enough. Do you understand? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But that's what it is. That's what they're telling us. They tell us now. They don't let the videos go viral unless they allow it to go viral. We Jump the World Day. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know, James Caserta. We Jump the World Day. Join us as we free run to celebrate We Jump the World Day. Everybody in the world is supposed to jump up at the same time. Are we supposed to crack the planet? Everybody waits a specific time and we all jump up like at noon Greenwich Mean Time. Everybody on the planet jumps at the same instant. We are able to create some sort of man-made earthquake. I suppose it would be interesting if everybody who could jump did jump. And those who can't jump, you can drop. You can find somebody and drop them at the same time. Oh, wow. I'd have to participate somehow. This is also, if you have a young child, you want to drop them too. Just knock them down. And finally, it's World Wish Day. Stay hopeful and happy. It's World Wish Day, and some wishes are about to be granted. Oh, really? Oh. How do we get our wish granted? World Wish Day is celebrated April 29th of each year, along with Zipper Day. This national holiday is sponsored by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Oh, oh, ho, ho. Oh, ho, ho, ho. An organization that focuses on making the wishes of terminally ill children come true. It's a holiday that even children take joy in celebrating, as it primarily has to do with them. Although not all wishes that are made are or can be granted, you will be surprised to know that more than 500,000 wishes have been granted by the foundation since its inception a few decades ago, and many more will be granted in the years to come. And Mama Pray said she has a story to say.
I do.
Okay, Mama Pray. That's me just say. Yeah, it's
Hi, guys.
second appearance.
Yeah. Oh, is it my second? Oh, I lose track quickly. Anyway, hello, everyone. When I was working at the airport for JetBlue, I was supervising at the gate area, and it was a really busy time. And flights had been canceled. So, like, the flights that were going out were booked solid. And if people didn't show up, then we had a standby list. Well, a standby list, I forget exactly what the order was, but I believe that employees were first granted standby if a seat opened, and then others that were switching flights or trying to get on. Anyway, this was a really bad evening, and there was a family, a little girl and her parents, and they were on the standby list. I couldn't find any flight listed that they had been booked on, but they were on the standby list, but they weren't first or second. They were down the list, a few people. And one of the gate agents came to me and said, now, mind you, I already told the people that were getting on the flight that they were getting on. And these people weren't getting on. So one of the gate agents says, you've got to put them on. And I said, excuse me, why do I have to put them on? She says, because their tickets were booked through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The little girl has cancer. Well, now I'm smack in the middle. And who do I curse? I curse the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Pay for their damn tickets. You're paying for them in Disney. Buy them real tickets. Don't put them on a standby list. I was furious. So now I make an announcement that, what? Wait, I'm putting in, okay.
There's nobody can hear you.
Oh, nobody can hear me.
I mean, you can hear.
Okay.
Nobody can talk back.
Okay.
There's nothing
Anyway,
to listen to.
So what do I do now? I go and I make an announcement to the whole aircraft. And I tell them that I need 3 people to give up their seats. And if they would give up their seats, we would book them. Mind you, it is the last flight of the night. we will book them in a local motel or hotel, plus get them on the first flight in the morning, plus refund their fares. All this, I mean, Make-A-Wish Foundation does wonderful things for these sick children, but then do it right. I'm sure you collect enough money that you could pay for 3 seats on JetBlue Airways. It was really heartbreaking. The worst part of it, nobody took the deal. I booked them on the first flight of the morning and paid for their hotels. That's the best I could do for them. You couldn't force a person out of their seat to give it to somebody else. Yeah, that was my knockwood only experience with Make-A-Wish Foundation. I don't know, it really was heartbreaking for everyone, including me. But I wish them well. I just hope I don't know how they got these people just on standby. JetBlue didn't sell just standby seats. So they had to ask a favor at reservation, and some reservationists just put them on standby instead of giving them the seat, which they could have done. At that time, those workers had that authority. But anyway, guys, go back to whatever Zipper Day it is, or what else was it, Bird?
It's Make-A-Wish Day.
Yeah, I know that. But
History of Wish Day.
Yeah, well, I wish them luck, but I'm not happy with them. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Mama Pray.
You're welcome.
Well,
Yeah, it was not a good night.
I did not realize that Make-A-Wish Foundation were such assholes. It was
I don't know, was them or it was
Make-A-Wish was generally one of the organizations I used to support. Well, that and Toys for Tots, which I would regularly give Legos to.
You wanted them.
Yes. I want the toys, goddammit. Why? Toys for Tots and Engineers. That's what it should have been called. Toys for Karoga. So I get the first look, and the kids can get this. They don't care. They don't care if the Lego sets are missing a couple pieces here and there. They're lucky to get what they get. Oh. What do we got? Multi-Gunman says zippers are the devil. I am strictly Velcro only. Mike Richards says poo tube shenanigans. James Caserta says idiots have free run of the world. DJ Play Nice says to Mike Richards, could it be called a zip gun? A term already exists and would be less confusing at the outset and maybe draw a more diverse clientele. A government contract would be huge. Mike Richards gives some roses to Mamo Pray. Thank you, Mike Richards. DJ Play Nice says, Mamo Pray, good afternoon. Hakeem says, so it's final wish day. A whole lot less cheerful than I thought. Yeah, fucking make a wish. Hiding. They're hiding. Hiding behind wishes. The wishing well. You know, what do you think of wishes? Anybody who's ever seen Goonies, you know what you think of. The wishing well. And he's the kid. The kid takes his quarterback. That was my wish. And it didn't come true. I'm taking it back. Taking them all back. You can't take their wishes. Fuck you and your wish. I'm taking this medal. Taking these coins home. We're going to play Pac-Man with them. We have enough to play Pac-Man for 2 days straight. Multi-Government says, Bird, I love Mama Pray's New York accent. I could listen to her all day, every day. Oh, thank you, Multi-Gunman. DJ Play Nice says, Hakeem, will the wave invention thing work to get it back up? Will the wave invention work to get it back up? James Usurdo says, and pestilence. Don't forget pestilence. Yeah. DJ Play Nice says to James Guserter, a dash, a cup, a pound. Just exactly how much pestilence should I have on hand? And Stanley says, just no extra luggage. Yeah. No extra luggage. Don't take that to JetBlue. Mr. Lodell's Groovy Movies says that would have ticked me off too, Mamo Pray. Yeah. Jedi Bill says, looks like it's time to sue the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I would do it. James Casotis says, back to Zipper Day. Stanley says, shouldn't everyone who works for a charity be a volunteer? Not in today's world. Always had a problem with charitable organizations being a nonprofit, although they still use donations to pay for the employees of the charity. How can you work for a charity and feel good about drawing a salary? Well, a lot of people do, Stanley. A lot of people do. There's a lot of work. Charities can be a lot of work. And the reality is that they would never exist if they had to solely exist on charity. They wouldn't get as big as they do. Now, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they shouldn't get as big as they do. I mean, there are charities that, are way too big, probably, for what they should be. They employ far many people and seem like they're just another business. James Caserta says, Cars for Kids. Donate your kid today. Is that how it works? Cars for kids and kids for cars? You drop off a kid, come back with a car. Drop off a car, come back with a kid. I think it could work. Oh my God, Cars for Kids. That song. It used to. Oh my God. I hated that. I hated waking up in the middle of the night to the Cars for Kids commercial. 1-800 Cars for Kids. Oh God. Stan Lee says, "Oh, that New York accent is sexy on a woman." Oh, wow. Now I'll pray you have your supporters. It's Stan Lee says, "I prefer Unzipper Day myself." Stan Lee says, "Almost hot as the Boston accent." You and your Boston accent. Maybe we need charities to help support charities. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Where are we? History of World Wish Day. It's almost impossible to find a person without a wish. Everyone has either consciously or otherwise wished for something before. Oh, God knows I've wished. I wished for many things. Many things that I could never speak of. Would be my friends would be scared and my enemies would be confused. Women would cry. So many women. So many ladies. Do they know? They can't possibly know, right? They can't know. It's scary. It is scary. Children also wishing for something. Just as people differ in their choices, so do the wishes they make. World Wish Day was first celebrated on April 29th, 2010. It's a holiday inspired by the touching story of a young leukemia patient back in 1980. Christopher James Grecius was a 7-year-old, highly spirited boy battling blood cancer. Tennis balls. I'm sorry. I tennis balls against the wall. Oh my God. So that's the name of the kid who's tennis balls in the wall. That's what it was based of. That was his name was Christopher James Grecius. Little did he know the Arizona police somehow got whims of his wish. Oh, his wish was to be a police officer. His one wish was to be a police officer. Little did he know the Arizona police somehow got whims of his wish and decided to grant it. On April 29th, 1980, the little boy's wish was granted, making him a police officer and the only person to be bestowed an honorary DPS officer of Arizona. Later that day, he arrested 12. The smiles and joy that the event brought to Grecius were indescribable. Indescribable. We sent along a writer, and he said that the event was indescribable. $200 for food and shelter or not returned. The honorable event caught the attention of certain individuals who decided to form an organization tasked with granting wishes to children, and hence the birth of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The first celebration of World Wish Day marked the 30th anniversary of the day Grecius and his life's wish granted. And since then, many surprising and equally fulfilling wishes have been granted by the foundation. In 2010 alone, a total of 198,000 wishes were granted. One of the daring wishes granted by the foundation included making 9-year-old Kushi Craig a make-believe princess. One of the daring wishes granted by the foundation includes making 9-year-old Kushi Shirag a make-believe princess. Who is Kushi Shirag? Like, there's no picture, there's no link. Like, is that supposed to mean anything? Is that, I mean, if I Google, okay, let's see. It is, if we Google Kushi Shirag, Kushi on Facebook, Make-A-Wish. Okay. Kushi's wish brings her community together. Okay. Oh, I'm very sorry. Instead of playing dress up and watching her favorite princess movies, she was enduring scary medical treatments. And after a 2-year battle, she overcame a critical illness. She was cancer-free. Yay, she deserved a chance to replace her family's feelings of fear and confidence, sadness with joy, and anxiety with hope. Kushi's one true wish was to be a princess. I thought her one true wish was to be cured of cancer. And she was. But no, her one true wish was to be a princess. And Make-A-Wish, as well as an entire community of caring people, came together to give her a life-changing experience. Leading up to her wish, local TV and radio stations encouraged the community to attend the town's Christmas parade to get a glimpse of cheer on Princess Kushi. When the day arrived, Kushi's family and volunteers surprised her at school to share the big news. Her wish was coming true. Kushi's classmates sprinkled her with confetti as she embarked on a royal quest to pick up her princess essentials. Those at the local schools and companies that helped raise money to grant Kushi's wish awaited her arrival to hand off each piece: a tiara, a scepter, a key to a royal suite at a hotel downtown, a beautiful gown, and more. Later, the glam squad delivered royal makeup and hair makeover. She was truly transformed into Princess Kushi, who danced and played, smiling big and bright. I don't understand. You get your wish even if you get cured? What the fuck is that? It says she was cured. Maybe that's why Make-A-Wish doesn't pay for the fucking flight. Because the kid's already cancer-free. It's a second wish. Oh my God. Fuck you, Make-A-Wish. No. No. You know what? I'm happy. I am happy for the kid. I'm happy for the kid. I'll grant you, I did think Make-A-Wish was about fulfilling last wishes, but you know what? It's even better. It's even better to learn that it's not all about last wishes. It's not all about last wishes. It's good. It's good. You know what? Maybe there's some good news today. Maybe there's some good news. Something in the news. Nope. Not there. Desperate MTA mulling art installations to fill empty real estate, empty retail space in New York City transit hubs. What do we got? Let's see. This is for me. Star Trek's Michael Dorn wanted Worf to kill a popular Deep Space Nine character in Picard Season 3, and I'm glad it didn't happen. Let's see. I'm glad it also didn't happen, but let's see. Although Picard Season 3 reunited most of Star Trek The Next Generation's starring actors for the first time since 2002 Star Trek Nemesis, they didn't all show up at once. In the case of Michael Dorn's Worf, his first scene in the episode Disengage saw him rescuing Michelle Hurd's Rafi Musiker from the crime lord Sneed, and he beheaded the Ferengi on his way out. But if Dorn had his way, he would have killed a different Ferengi instead. Quark, one of the other major characters from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and I'm glad this didn't happen. Oh my God. Could you imagine if Worf had killed Quark? If they had brought Quark into Picard and Worf killed him? Oh my God. I don't think Armin Shimmerman would have let him do it. I don't think Armin Shimmerman would have said, fuck you. He wouldn't, I don't think he would give up his potential life in the future in order to make a quick buck from Picard. I think he would have known that was a bad decision. Armin Shimmerman, who played Quark the entirety of Deep Space Nine, a 7-season run, shared this tidbit of information while appearing on Trek Movies All Access Star Trek podcast. Dorn came aboard Deep Space Nine at the beginning of Season 4, The Next Generation's conclusion. So him and Shimmerman spent a lot of time together in the mid to late 90s. But decades later, he wasn't particularly enthused about the former wanting to slice Quark's head off, as he recalled. Dorn called me up and said, Mom will pray. Okay. Dorn called me up and said, I'm doing an episode of Picard where I kill off a Ferengi. Wouldn't it be great if it were you? And I said, Michael, no, it would not be great. I told him just forget about that idea altogether. Yeah, I didn't think he would do it. Jonathan Frakes, who was also a guest on this episode, speculated that Michael Dorn didn't know Worf would be cutting Sneed's head off, but Armin Shimmerman told the William Riker actor, a longtime Star Trek director, that at the very least, Dorn was aware Worf was going to kill a Ferengi. In the end, though, it was Sneed who met his fate, with the character being Aaron Stanford, who previously worked with showrunner Terry Matalas on the 12 Monkeys TV show. Yeah. I am so relieved Quark's idea for Star Trek Picard never came to fruition. Worf said killing a Ferengi criminal lord mere minutes after we met his character is one thing, but for him to behead a character not only beloved by which many Star Trek fans whom Worf had known for many years is another. Well, wait. Sneed wasn't Sneed wasn't Sneed the Vulcan? And this was our friend Philip Gaming. This was, he ended up becoming wait. No, it was for somebody was supposed to be a Ferengi, but then he didn't want to play a Ferengi. So they made him Vulcan instead. Oh my God. I forgot already. I think this is more proof that's no. Let's see. Sneed memory alpha Sneed. Yeah, okay. So Sneed, right? Sneed was the Sneed was brothers, right? Sneed was a brother to the Vulcan. Okay, yeah. Okay, right. My bad, right. So Sneed and the other guy is a Vulcan. That's fine. They were both supposed to be Ferengi. They were both supposed to be Ferengi. Kryn was supposed to be a Ferengi also. That's what it was. And it was Kryn who turned out to be Vulcan. And so Philip, our friend Philip, has Vulcan ears instead of Ferengi lobes. He's got Vulcan ears instead of Ferengi lobes. Okay. Mike Richards says orphans are us. Star Trek nitpickers says it's 1877 cars for, that's what it is. 1877 cars for kids. Or give us your car tonight. Stanley says, have any other of the wishes come true? 54.5 Access Radio. Hashtag say 9 to tennis balls. James Caserta says the writers are said indescribable. Yes. Mike Richards says hashtag make a wish rant. James Caserta says a princess without cancer. She's got one wish left. Indeed. DJ Plays Nice is laughing or smiling. Jedi Bill says, here is some news. LDG, hashtag free the net. Just 100K. Oh, what went wrong? The universe hasn't yet. What went wrong, universe? He hasn't yet. Some good news. The LDG, just 100,000. What went wrong? Universe, he hasn't yet. Jedi Bill says, of course I was kidding. LDG says that pick, that was Picard season 3. the guy who played the Punisher didn't want to put makeup on, so they made him Vulcan. Vulcan Ferengi Blood Oath. That's right. Yes. So you're right. The Vulcan and the Ferengi supposedly had a blood oath. Stupid. What do we got here? Jeff Bridges returning to Grid's popular Bitcoin wallet bans United States citizens from its service. Son of a bitch. What is this? Popular Bitcoin wallet bans United States citizens. The Wasabi wallet provider, whatever, now prohibits U.S. citizens and residents from using its services. The decision went to light on April 27th amid United States regulatory and enforcement crackdowns on Bitcoin wallets. Notably, Wasabi Wallet was one of the most popular Bitcoin wallets focused on privacy solutions. You know, I'm not surprised. As announced, has started blocking U.S. citizens and residents from visiting its websites, downloading and using its wallet, and any related products and services, including APIs and RPC interfaces. The prohibition extends to anyone with a United States passport or IP address. In light of recent announcements by U.S. authorities, BlaBla is now strictly prohibiting U.S. users from using its services, and IP address blocking for U.S. residents is effective on various websites, and U.S. refers to United States, includes several states of the United States and related territories. If you are a United States citizen or United States resident, you are not allowed to visit any of the sites aforementioned, download the wallet, or use whatever CoinJob feature. This includes if you are a U.S. permanent resident or if you're an individual who holds a U.S. passport. Wow. Wow. United States war on privacy and Bitcoin wallets. On April 24th, the Federal Bureau of Investigation seized Wallet's website and arrested its developers. That's another privacy-focused Bitcoin wallet, direct competitor to the flagship product. Moreover, the FBI issued warnings against its so-called cryptocurrency money transmitter business a day later. A surprising enforcement action against Samurai followed the warning and further court decisions related to Tornado Cash. A sudden raised doubts about what is considered money transmitting business, threatening Bitcoin and cryptocurrency wallets amid regulatory uncertainty. Holy shit. Wow. Now, I guess that was bound to happen. Honestly surprised that it's lasted this long. No, just one company that's, most of the companies have decided to let the government see their books. So as long as the government can see it, they're still allowing it. It just, let's see, NBC News, affluent Americans are driving U.S. economy and likely delaying need for federal rate cutting. Sure. Harvey Weinstein's conviction overturned, explained. Honestly, I'm kind of curious. What's the deal? What's the deal with Harvey Weinstein? explained by a lawyer. A public defender on the judge at the first Weinstein trial, he was behaving like a prosecutor. For the past 7 years, Harvey Weinstein has been the boogeyman of popular culture. His depravity seems to the public to be so established that other monstrous men's misconduct is measured by his misdeeds. Well, he might have done something wrong, but he's not exactly Harvey Weinstein, is he? And yet, while Weinstein's guilt might be thoroughly determined in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of the legal system, it's a different matter. On April 25th, the New York State Court of Appeals overturned Weinstein's 2020 sex crime conviction. Weinstein's legal victory hinges on procedural issue, and an ironic one at that. Part of what convinced the public so thoroughly of Weinstein's guilt was the sheer number of accusations against him. There were dozens upon dozens of them. At Vox, we kept a running total tally that topped out around 80. Such an enormous flood of accusations seemed to suggest that at least some of them had to be accurate. Jesus Christ. It was those very additional accusations, however, that got the trial overturned. When Weinstein originally came before the court in 2020, he was being tried for various sex crimes against 3 different women. Over the course of the trial, however, Judge James Burke allowed prosecutors to present testimony from 3 other Weinstein accusers, even though they weren't being prosecuted for attacking these women. Burke also said that if Weinstein chose to testify, prosecutors would be able to ask about all the other accusations against him during cross-examination, even ones he hadn't been charged for. In the end, Weinstein did not testify. In the press, unprosecuted accusations against Weinstein went a long way towards establishing a pattern of behavior and convinced the public of his guilt. In the courts, however, New York state law holds you can't use an accusation of an uncharged crime as evidence against someone you are currently prosecuting for a different crime. Under our system of justice, the accused has rights to be held accountable only for the crime charged, said the Court of Appeals in their 4-3 decision. It is our solemn duty to diligently guard these rights, regardless of the crime charge and the reputation of the accused, or the pressure to convict. Currently, Weinstein is in New York City Hospital, where he's receiving a variety of health tests. He remains in custody, serving out the 16-year term he was sentenced to in California after having been convicted there of rape in 2022. New York prosecutors have said they intend to recharge him, but it's unclear if he'll be transferred to California in the interim. To understand exactly how the legal mechanism at play here worked, I called up Eliza Orions, a public defender based in New York. I think we already figured out how it worked. Okay. So he's still basically in prison because of California. So even if New York was to let him go, they would have to transfer him to California, and then California would keep him in prison. Let's see. Any more Star Trek news? Japan's currency falls to its weakest since 1990. The View goes off on Governor Cruella killing a dog. Jeff Bridges returning for Tron. I hated Tron. I never really liked Tron. Survivor season 50 will feature returning contestants. How did they get to season 50? How many seasons of Survivor have there been? When did Survivor get older than me? And not just a little, a lot. Oh my God. I honestly, 50? 50? Survivor started, I was like 24 years old. Deadline passes, but Columbia students remain in the encampment. I don't understand. Why are we allowing this to happen? Who's paying for it? I mean, Columbia is an expensive school. Who's paying for these kids to go there? Is this, if it's federal, if people are if they're getting this on loans, shouldn't the people who hold the loans be like, maybe we don't want to pay for you guys to camp out on a fucking campus building. If you don't want to go to school, we don't need to keep paying your tuition. I don't know. I'm just saying. It just seems weird. It seems weird that you get to go to school and you don't get to have to worry about tuition. Okay, let's see. LDG says, I think I got what you were trying to say to Jedi. James Caserta says, the fans asked Bear to do less Ferengi episodes, so he did more. He thought Trek should be more universal rather than cult too. Don't agree. The King says, cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. Kapla to the King. It's a fine line you have there, the King. James Caserta says, cry money and let slip the cats of peace. No. Stanley says, wasn't he in a medical facility in California before he left too? Probably. James Caserta says, he sleazed his way out. The King says, Tron has David Warner. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not that great with actors' names. I mean, unless it's William Shatner. But Survivor is now older than us. Yeah, how did that happen, nitpickers? How did that happen? How did Survivor get older than us? I don't know. It's all weird. The whole Kapla King. Kapla. Good to see a new face around here. So guys, this is the part, it's Dear Bop. You can go for Dear Bop. If you go to BirdoPrey5.com and you scroll down to Dear Bop, advice from Birdo Prey 5, you click and you scroll down and you can hit submit, and it takes you to Dear Bop. This is where if you ask, if you need advice, you need help with something, you put it in here and I will answer it on the next stream. So where it says Dear Bop time. Oh. let's see what's going on. Dear Bob. Dear Bob, Coke or Pepsi? Well, this is a fairly easy. Dear Bob, I personally been preferring Coke for a long time, but Mama Pray likes Pepsi. So if it's a can, Mama Pray buys Coke because, to be honest, I could go Coke or Pepsi. But Sisso Pray only Coke. She would not drink Pepsi. So we actually keep Coke. Oh. Well, Sisso Pray has given up sugar now, so it doesn't matter. So then Mama Pray can feel free to get Pepsi if she wants. And you see, look, that may have changed the whole future of our household. Dear Bob, clam chowder, Manhattan or New England? Mama Pray says neither. I liked the white one, which is New England. New England clam chowder. Chowder. The Simpsons episode. But how do I remember which one it was that I liked? Exactly. Dear Bob, Oreo or Hydrox? What the fuck? Nobody likes Hydrox. I don't believe you. If you say you like Hydrox better. Oreo. Even Mama Pray says Oreo. Yes, she will refuse to drink Pepsi. Star Trek nitpickers. Oh, Gap After Dark. Hello. Kapla Gap After Dark. Star Trek nitpicker says David Warner was the Cardi who interrogated Picard. Oh, and the Klingon Sybok befriended with that sexy Asian Romulan, etc. He was the guy. There are 4 lights. They did 2 seasons of Survivor every year. That's why it seems like a lot. Still, even at 2 seasons a year, that's a lot. Star Trek nitpickers says no, he was a Klingon in Star Trek 6, a human in 5. He was the human ambassador to Nimbus 3. Stan Lee says Tron Legacy is great if you're in the right frame of mind. Plot's silly, but it looks great in 3D, and the soundtrack sounds amazing with Dolby Atmos. Stanley says, yes, you will actively refuse to drink Pepsi. LDG says, Dear Bop, Badubba do bop to bop, bop do da bop, bop bop bop, bop, yeah. LDG says, always New England. Miss Lundell says, Oreo or Nutter Butter. Oreo or Chips Ahoy, Oreo. Although sometimes Chips Ahoy. That would be a harder one. Mama Pray says, you like Nutter Butter?
Yeah.
You prefer Nutter Butter to Oreo? Mama Pray would go with the Nutter Butter. Stanley's is not just like prefers Pepsi, but she will decline Pepsi if and only if they own. No. Yes, she will. She would rather not drink any soda than have Pepsi. Stanley says, "Wow, she sounds like she's high maintenance." Should we call her Princess Okray? To read you and her. Yeah, I remember my mom watching Survivor before I moved out of the house. And 54.5 Access Radio says, Hail Hydrox. Stanley says, must have been like 2000, 2001. Yeah, I guess so. I remember that first season of Survivor. That was something. I really enjoyed it. But that second season of Survivor, it was all garbage. And I never watched again. Because the first season of Survivor, nobody knew that nobody knew how popular it was going to be. And that, basically everybody's going to get famous. And the first round, the first game, that was the only game that you felt the people who were picked for how good they were going to be. And after that, everybody who went on, they were all wannabe movie stars. They were all wannabe movie stars. And I was like, fuck this. It was fake. Every person came up, it was a fake. It was a fake. That's all I could think. Every scene, every question, it was a fake. Only that first season, the only real season of Survivor.
Maybe like me, I'm alone in the kitchen.
The naked guy, yeah, Richard. He turned out he was the winner. He was the winner. They never made a graphic with an X over him on the website. The people who ran the website, they never made an X over him. So he was the people had realized he was going to be the winner. Ketchup, dear Bob. Ketchup or catsup. Ketchup with a K. I didn't even know catsup with a C was a thing until I was like, I don't know, 15. No, maybe 12. But it was surprisingly old. It was surprisingly old. Ketchup with a K. Dear Bob, pens. Oh God. I'm glad it says pens. I thought it said something else for a second. Blue or black ink? Given the choice, blue. Given the choice, blue. Actually, to be specific, given the choice, my favorite pen, and I gotta be honest, it is one of the few things French, but I gotta say, Bic, their 4-color medium tip. Medium, it's super important. It's got to be the medium tip 4-color Bic pen. It's got it's white on top, blue on the bottom, like a light blue on the bottom, and it's got 4 colors. It's got black, it's got blue, it's got red, and it's got green. Black, blue, red, and green. And there's one where where you have a blue bottom. That's the good one. But there's also one we have an orange bottom. The orange bottom is a fine tip. That one is terrible. The fine tip is terrible. I will not use it. But the blue bottom, the medium tip, that is such a gem to use. And I got to say, I use that throughout most of my college days. It was either mechanical pencil or that Bic pen. And that Bic pen, I used to use blue for 99% of my notes, but then I would use black and red and green to like add supplemental notes to the page. So I don't think I'd want to do college. I don't think I'd want to do college over again using a laptop. I was happy to get through college with still using paper books. So I actually, thinking back, I'm kind of happy I made it through school when I did. I don't think I'd want to have to type in my notes. I liked writing them. I did. I don't know that there's ever going to be. I don't know if there's ever going to be a way to go back to doing it that way again. Dear Bob, since you liked the previous episode of Disco, why did you like the last episode? I did not like the last episode of Disco. So far, there's been, I believe, 5 episodes of Disco this year, this season. The first 3 I hated. The 4th one, which is the next video I've got to do, I didn't hate. I thought it was just about okay. It was an interesting episode. But then the 5th episode, which is the most recent episode, I again hated. So we have 1, 2, 3 crap, 4 okay, and 5 goes back to crap. But so watch out for the next video I put out. It's I'd say it's so far the best episode of Discovery to date, certainly this season. Dear Bob, I am thinking about getting my nipples pierced. Should I get dangling ear ring to wear from my new nipple piercings? The kids think that's cool these days, right? Larry David Gilbert, LDG. Well, LDG, if you say so. I think the kids would say it's cool on you. So yeah, go for it. You have good luck. Good luck with that. I'm not sure what the question is. The kids think it's cool? Yes. The kids think it's cool. Hakeem says, I love the blue extra fine point 0.5. No, extra fine, too small. Stanley says, yeah, what's the difference between ketchup and ketchup? Do they both use tomatoes? Yes, they're exactly the same. They are exactly the same, just a different spelling. Not like Miracle Whip and mayo, where one is eggs and one is vegetable oil. No, it's ketchup is the same thing for the most part, just different spelling. Gap says, hey to Akeem. Felt tip or roller ball? A roller ball. Has to be. Has to be. Miss Londell says, I prefer the 0.5 pilot gel. The gel isn't bad. JP says, wow, Bird is picky about his stationery and office supplies. I am JP's. JP says he would record the audio. No, I needed to write it. Stanley says, Bird of Prey 5. Yeah, we're probably almost the last generation that took notes by hand. Think everyone brings laptops and tablets now. Stanley says, do kids at least save money on textbooks? No, you still have to buy textbooks. They made so much money selling textbooks, and they still sell textbooks. Stanley says, and no, you can't buy a used copy of last year. You need the new edition with the extra few sentences at the end. JP says they still require textbooks. Just buy used. Larry is your first name. The gap. Stanley says time travel episode was watchable, but Mirror One was terrible. Just hoping X-Men cartoon finale is good, says Stanley. And it says the gap after dark. It was Larry Laffer. That was Leisure Suit Larry, which if you guys watch Antiderivative Jill's stream overnight, you would finish playing Leisure Suit Larry, which is a game I never played. I had never played before. So I was actually really interested to see what the game was like. Stanley says, does Bird of Prey 5 have personalized stationery from the desk of Bird? Not at the moment. Not at the moment, Stan. But I used to. Maybe I will again one day. Dear Bob, my lovely wife and I will be welcoming a child into this world in 3 months, and we are now tasked with coming up with a name. It will be a boy, and I thought that these would be some awesome names. Do you like any of them for a boy? Moon Unit, Gasperio, Enterprise, Jedi Will, Brutus, or Joseph? Thank you, Corky. Well, I like Enterprise and Brutus. Brutus is a solid name. Not a lot of Josephs anymore. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to Brutus. Brutus is the name of a good friend. Brutus is a person who would never stab you in the back. What's that, Sassy? Et tu, Brutus. Do you not know how to speak English, Sassy? Please, I don't know Latin. Corky Jr. I honestly don't understand the reference to Corky. So somebody's going to have to explain that to me. JP says, how about dumbass? How about dumbass? House phone is ringing. Healthcare. Let me pick this up. Hello.
No, calling on behalf of United Healthcare. May I please speak with John?
Oh, hold on. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry about that. That was for Mama Pray. Michael Burnham Jr. says Hakeem. No, it's Dumas. It's Dumas. I got you. I think someone named Corky means they are special, Dr. Scott. I thought it might have been more than that. But thank you, Dr. Scotty. I didn't know if there was more than that. Okay. Anyway, I think we've had it. I think we've gone. Oh wow, 2.5 hours. So I think we're going to call it a day here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna get some dinner, and yeah, we'll see you around. So thank you all for hanging out. Kapla and Bird out.